Hello Internet, welcome back to the Blade Showcase for Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and today we're going to be looking at Nim, a knuckle healer, and quite likely going to be one of the earlier blades that you might find yourself unlocking through the blade cores. What makes Nim so useful is that she is a knuckle healer, just like with Adenine and Korra. But what makes her stand apart from them is that her main focus is to use blade combos and fusion combos to heal the entire party at regular intervals. So, if you were to look at the affinity chart, you'll actually see that her stage 1 and stage 3 combos serve this end. The Organic Automata in particular is very useful because it does a great amount of damage and can still heal the entire party for a percentage of that damage you deal. This works really effectively in tandem with the restorative fusion passive that she has. The higher the difficulty, or what they're trying to say when they say effects improves with difficulty, is that the later on in the stages, whether it's like stage 1, 2, or 3, stage 3 has the highest effects with this one, and is going to increase even more HP. You'll actually cap the amount of HP that you heal several times if you can actually build around this. That's what she's basically for. If your playstyle involves spamming attacks so that you can build up your elemental orbs, then Nim is definitely an earth elemental that you'll want to look into since it increases your survivability. Now, the Blade Combo 2, Wild Grappler, it's fairly useful. Like, if you're starting off and you're going through the story mode, it's quite nice to be able to spawn HP potions on hit, but you'll actually find that you might be making less and less use of it just based on the fact that, well, like, HP potions can only heal so much. That being said, though, being a knuckle healer means that you're going to be very mobile and you'll be in a better position to grab your HP potions, so that works out pretty well in their favor. Synthesis lore is also very good because it increases the effects of fusion combos. This is also very good, again, just cementing her playstyle of continuously using blade combos to not just heal the team and build up the elemental orbs, but also just to do damage overall. All very useful. And finally, there is Wild Familiars. This is just a passive damage boost. It's a take it or leave kind of thing. If you really want to fight against beasts in areas, then she can help you clear out those beasts really quickly. Again, the knuckle moveset is really quick, so you'll have a pretty decent DPS overall. It's quite good. And yeah, in terms of auxiliary cores, I would like Hunter's Chemistry just because having more affinity is always a nice thing. Because she's always playing around with blade combos, it would be nice to build up her specials as quickly as possible. Not to mention that having a level 4 just means invincibility for the entire team, so definitely go after that. And if you want, you can go ahead with like more healing, you can go with more effects. It's pretty much a free slot. Thankfully, healers don't require that much in the way of auxiliary cores, so feel free to experiment with what you have. You can have something like lower aggro reduction, for example. But for now, for the purposes of this video, we're going to just give her the max attack 4, increasing the damage so that it can synergize with this. Now, in terms of her endgame weapon, because it's a healer, it's very concrete what they're meant to do, and it's to heal damage. Things like critical rates, auto attacks, block rates. You don't really need block rates since you're not going to be taking aggro anyway, so really the best thing you'll want to look for in terms of your late game is either Tachyon or Moon Matter, depending on what you're looking for, so just keep that in mind. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and cut the video, and I will see you guys at the demonstration. Alrighty, so here we are at the demonstration area. This is the Cliffs of Moratha, and we're going to be fighting against the Superboss known as Artifice Ophion. Now, this is probably, in my opinion, the most difficult out of all the Superbosses in the entire post-game, particularly because he is immune to all forms of driver combos. He won't be able to do breaks, topples, or launches on this particular boss. Not to mention, the terrain that we're going to be fighting on is very awkward. There will be very strange times where the AI decides to just nestle themselves in the corner and stare at you very dumbly while you're just bleeding out on the ground waiting for the heal. But yeah, this is Artifice Ophion, and honestly, the main draw for this particular boss and why we're featuring him today is because he does sustained amounts of AoE damage against the entire party, so that's going to be very good for showcasing what exactly Nim is capable of. So we're going to go ahead and just let Tora build up some freezes for us. Ideally, for this particular setup, we're going to be very over-reliant on Rex and Tora to do the meter building for us, or the orb building for us. But ideally, we should be building a light orb as soon as possible. Okay. So if Rex could go ahead and switch back to Cassandra, that would be very appreciated. Now, during this attack in particular, you want to make sure that you have your healing cooldowns ready when Netherfire is coming down on you. The reason why is because Netherfire is a large AoE, and there will be times where even if you have max health, if you're unlucky, you will get hit multiple times. So ideally, you want to be healing during the onslaught. It doesn't knock you back, so that's all good. So you just have to make sure that the healing is there, and you'll save yourself a lot of trouble. Okay, so we're gonna have the Photon come first. Maybe we can have Water be the next orb? Yeah, okay, so if Rex creates the Gamma Ray, that would be very good for us. We have a Plasma Cannon coming in now. I'm gonna have my defensive cooldowns ready. But yeah, that's kind of the reason why I picked this boss for today's showcase, is because all that AoE, Nim can save us fairly often. Okay, so I'm going to wait for him to do another attack. Once the attack comes up, I know I say this very often, but remember, when you do a stage 3 fusion combo or a level 4 blade combo, you're going to be invincible for the entire animation. That's going to be very useful, and it's going to mean the difference between a wipe or victory. Let's see, okay, I guess we're going to go ice, and we're going to build a wind orb then. Here we go. So just quickly wait for this meter to come up. Plasma Cannon's gonna come in. I'm gonna hold off on using the Healing Halo. Okay, Cold Snap's gonna come up first, and if this Plasma Cannon does a lot of damage, then I'll just heal it back. Okay, good. Tora has a crit heal build, so that should be okay. Okay, so switch over to Nim, start canceling things. Yeah, also if Artifice Ophion gets a critical on you, that's gonna be some really bad news, because that goes well over the damage cap. I think Tora just fell. That's unfortunate. If Tora was just at low health, this would have been a full heal for him, but that's okay. Again, you gotta be very prepared for the unexpected in these ones. Okay, what am I gonna build next? I'm trying to think off the top of my head what I can do. We already have... Yeah, like, thankfully it's a lot easier to keep track of your orbs in this one. I'm trying to think what else we can switch to. Oh, do you know what? Okay, let's build a lightning orb, since Herald is already out. So the best way to build a lightning orb is to have 2 earth elements from the same character. Again, Nim does this really, really quickly. Oh boy. Yeah, Barrier Field is also a very scary attack that you'll want to look out for. Here we go. Do this quickly. Gaia Crash. Oh, the thing is, though, he just fainted, so his cooldowns could be a little bit prolonged. Oh, never mind. Okay, we're good. We're all good. Okay, that's going to be our lightning orb. We have a grand total of 3 orbs at the moment, and ideally, I would like to have at least 6. Wishing for 8 might be a little bit too much, because the thing about, you know, these endgame bosses is that the AI doesn't necessarily cooperate with you very often. Let's go ahead and try to build a dark orb, shall we? I don't mind waiting, because I can constantly be healing, but we'll see how it goes. So again, go for the heal. And because Cassandra's already out, so that should be a dark orb for us. Also, yeah, we built an earth orb, as we can see over there. We have 4 orbs at the moment, huh? Okay. So there's the freeze. Gravity Blizzard should be coming in really soon. I'm gonna give myself the heal orb as well. Why would you switch at the last second, Rex? Why? See, this is what I mean about the questionable judgment of the AI. So he's going to do a Calamity Fall. That's going to be a big knockback for the entire team, and I'm not a very big fan of that. So what we're going to do is I'm going to just go ahead and switch into a level 4 combo, be invincible the entire time. This is orb number 5. Now I'm trying to think how else we can build... Let's see, because we have... Oh, we have to build an Ice Orb still, don't we? Ice Orb is going to be very easy for us to build. If Rex switches into... Yeah, if Rex switches into Pyra, that would be very helpful. Yes! Awesome timing. Okay, this is what I like to see. You know, we could actually... You know what? Let's go ahead and try to build a Fire Orb. I wonder if we'd be able to build a Fire Orb in time. We might be able to. Like, it's a lot easier to build Ice, so I'm going to save that for later. Unless Rex decides to switch, because you know how smart the AI can be. Come on. I believe in you, Rex. Okay, plasma cannons coming in, that's when you want to use your heal. Steam explosion, awesome. Okay, that's going to be really, really good for us. We're going to have plenty of orbs. Actually, the fight's basically done, as long as we can build that ice orb. So, yeah, that should be good. Again, this is also very safe. If you're going to do a new fight such as this, I would recommend using a healer, just because you have more control over the survival of your team. So, this is going to be a full heal for the entire team right now, and it's going to be very easy for Tora to build up his orbs. So, here we go. Again, just keep all of your safety cooldowns available. Plasma cannons coming in. And go ahead and give ourselves a heal. Let's go for another heal, shall we? Another fire. Oh boy, this attack. This attack is really scary, because again, look how many hits that is. I don't have a cooldown available, do I? Yeah, we do. Of course we do. Awesome. There we go. Okay, so hopefully Rex stays in Zapyra, we will be able to ascend her, and then do a chain attack, and that should be bye-bye for Artifice Ophion. This is the kind of fight that needs to be done and over with as soon as possible, just because there's so many... Oh, seriously, Rex? Just because, like, the further and further this fight drags on, the more and more he's going to want to do attacks like this in rapid succession. So again, have that emergency cooldown always available. It's quite easy because, like, it's fairly easy to build, what's it called, affinity with your party members. Okay, so I'm gonna wait for him to do, oh, he's gonna do a barrier fields run. Oh boy. See, if Rex just stayed in Zapyra, that would have been fine. We would have actually been finished much sooner, so it's gonna take us even longer time. You know what though? We have a Frost Typhoon? No, we don't. Okay, do you know what? Let's use a water attack, and then hopefully Rex should be clued in that I'm gonna try to build like a steam bomb. Ooh, okay. Let's do this quickly. Okay, and chain attack is ready. Why would you switch, Rex? Why? Why, Rex? Why would you do this to me? Oh boy. I would love very much for Rex to switch. It's a Pyra. Pyra? Yes. Okay, we're done. We're done. That was so stressful to look at. Alright, so Nim's gonna do the first honors. Oh my goodness. The AI in this thing's the real villain, you guys. Are you kidding me with this? Wow. But yeah, that's basically bye-bye for Artifice Ophion. Again, like, if you have as many orbs as you can, and if you're able to do it more reliably, granted, it would be a lot easier if you were playing as Poppy or as Mithra, just because they have the lower cooldowns. But yeah, that's basically going to do it though. This is, in my mind, the most difficult fight, but Nim's ability to sort of synergize with large group heals and things like that is actually really, really good. Granted, I didn't use her as much as I would have hoped, but one of the things about Nim too is the fact that she can quickly build up your cooldowns in an emergency, and those emergencies are going to crop up very often, especially in this fight. My goodness. As you saw how things were going down, we needed to build up as many orbs as quickly as possible. But yeah, I think this should be it for the fight. It should be Curtain Call. Look how much damage that is. And boom. Wow. Also, the thing about Artifice Ophion is that he doesn't drop anything, but he gives you access to a chest. You get an item that gives you an access to a chest in the World Tree, which gives some of the best weapon chips, if not the best weapon chip, for tanks that are focused on blocking. So definitely look into that after you beat this guy. But otherwise, though, that's basically it for today's video. It's the Nim showcase, although we only use Nim so many times. But that being said, though, again, she's always focused on the team healing, and that's the kind of strategy that you'll need to beat bosses like Artifice Ophion. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed. That basically concludes today's Blade Showcase, and as usual, I will see you guys next time. Take care, everyone.